Hey guys, it's Alex Abez with Hack Creek Performance Horses here. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about bits. I've been seeing a lot on the Facebook groups, the forums, and everything else when I come in at night. People are asking about bits to get your horse's head down. People are saying lifter bits and correction bits and everything else. I'm not a big bit guy per se to fix a problem. Okay, there's very limited selection here, as you can see, for what I have for bits and what I use for bits on a daily basis. More often than not, I ride in a loose ring snaffle bit. My training ones are the Reinsman 101s. Very basic and very simple, and there's a reason for it. You don't want to overdo things. You don't overcomplicate things. When I start a horse though, I start them in a hackamore. Okay, this is a starting hackamore. It's a 5/8 noseband, soft core. This is what I start them all in. Okay, I preserve the sensitivity of the mouth. I don't overdo it with a bit for the first little bit. I just keep them in a hackamore, and they start to learn that there is nose pressure, and it's easy to give off of that. Sometimes there is older aged horses that don't fit this, so you just use a rope halter, whatever you're comfortable with as well. It works the same way as a rope halter. It applies the pressure across the nose and a little bit on the bottom, so that they learn to give the nose that way. Okay, but that's usually for the first little bit. A lot of people I've been seeing, my horse was a runaway. My horse wants to throw its head up. It doesn't give to the pressure. What do I do to fix this? A lot of people are recommending bigger bits or more extreme bits, where you get into correction bits, lifter bits, gag bits, and everything else. That's not what I'm into. If I have a horse that's doing something like that, it's a loose ring snaffle. Okay, a loose ring snaffle is a very effective tool, very easy to use, and it fixes all the problems that people are encountering. Okay, you'll see that a lot of the times, a lot of people will use a snaffle bit, but it's not a loose ring snaffle. They use a D-ring or an egg butt or anything like that. And the reason I don't use them is because the mouthpiece does not swivel like the loose ring does. It stays fixed and stationary. I use a loose ring because I like it so that the horse can pick this mouthpiece up where it's comfortable in its mouth. It doesn't sit on an uncomfortable spot or anything like that. It moves so that the horse is comfortable with that. It's also only 2 pieces. Okay? I don't like the dog bone snaffles or the broken snaffle bits with rollers in them. I find them overcomplicated, and it gives the horse too much to think about and lose focus. So I keep things very simple with a simple Reinsman 101 loose ring snaffle for all my colts, problem horses, or anything that just needs a little bit of schooling on. Okay? After I've got about a year and a half of a horse in a loose ring snaffle, and yes, it's a year and a half, I will go into a simple correction bit. Okay? Whether it be a hinge port or one of these. Okay, this is a ported lifesaver. I very much like these because if I need to take a direct rein, I still can because it's broken, but this still gets the horse used to something in its mouth with a little bit more metal, and it has a port in it so they can start to engage the roof of their mouth a little bit if need to be. The other thing that I like, and if it's fitted properly, the curbs or the chin strap will hit the chin before this hits anywhere in the mouth. Okay, so this starts to prep them for a bridle bit. Typically, my horses that go in this do not stay in it long, anywhere from 4 to 6 months, usually. Basically because it's just a simple correction bit that allows me to progress a horse along when I need to. Okay? After that, the only thing that I really ride in on bridle horses, cutters, ranch horses, or anything like that is a fixed bit. Now I know a lot of people are going to look at this and go, this is extreme, this is too much bit. In all reality, it's not. Okay, it's all in how you ride it. When I have a horse in a bit like this, I'm not even really using the bit for anything. I'm using my feet for more than anything altogether. The only reason we use these is because this is rules within the rein cow horse or the cutting that it needs to be a fixed bit. Okay, so with this, again, this chin strap will engage before this port does at all. Okay, this is not for correction, this is not for schooling particularly, this is more of a finished horse bit, because you can see that it is a fixed bit. There's no swivel in it, there's no nothing in it. Okay, so that's one thing that I really want you guys to think of when you're having a problem with your horse, or you see on a forum or a Facebook group or anything like that that somebody's having problems with their horses and it's running off with the bit. Don't get caught up in there's a million bits out there for a million problems. There's a few bits out there, maybe one or two, maybe three, for every problem. Okay, this can fix most horses, and so can this, just with some basic schooling and proper training.